is Richard E. Esther Kim, the Apostolic Leader of the Cry of the Spirit Ministries International. The venue is the Apostolic Center of the Cry of the Spirit Ministries, 680 Hotel, Kenyatta Avenue, Nairobi. For further information, please call 0706 370 793. It's your season for a breakthrough. Jesus is Lord.
The Morning Cloud Television. The nation's our mandate. Making the much needed difference in a terminal generation.
Hello viewers. Welcome to the Bible class. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, this is a show that is here to deal with various life's questions that have been tried to be answered before, from everything that is running from motivational talks to our counselors, and they seem not to be hitting the nail on the head. So right here, we're going to tackle these questions using the Holy Scriptures as a source of the answer. I'm your host, Nina Karanja, and with me in studio is Apostle Richard E. Esther Kim, the Apostolic Leader of the Cry of the Spirit Ministries. Welcome, Apostle.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good evening, our dear viewers. God has given us another day for us to look at His Word. So I want to encourage us to open our hearts and open our spirit so that let God answer our questions and give us solutions to our problems.
Amen. Amen. Now, I'm quite excited for this show, so I'm sure that it will impact you probably in the same way, and I pray that that same excitement will sting you wherever you're seated. So, Apostle, over to our singles, because many of them do have quite a number of questions, and a lot of things that are plaguing our youth and our singles at the moment is we don't really know how to get and how to be prepared for marriage. Many do get, but they do not stay married. So how can a single person build the stamina and the capacity for marriage as they are single?
Yes, I think every season of life has its purpose.
Okay.
This is one thing that we must understand.
Yes.
Every season of life has its purpose. That is very, very important. Now, the season of being single also has its purpose.
Okay.
The season of being married has its purpose. The
Yes.
season, every season of life, whatever life delivers to it, it has its purpose. So when somebody is single, and you understand God's perfect plan for your life, which is to get married.
Yes.
Why I'm saying so is because this is a very hard statement to so many people that may listen to me right now.
Definitely.
Not everybody will get married.
Okay.
If they like, they should gather all the men of God on earth to pray for all the singles. Not every single will get married.
Wow.
We have to make that straight.
Yes.
Some will not get married because of circumstances of life. Some will not get married because it is their calling. Because Jesus said so in Matthew chapter 19.
Yes.
Some will not get married because of their age. Sorry to say. Of course, they will not.
Okay.
We have to be truthful to ourselves.
Yes.
So that old women that are 75 will not be behaving like girls. Because I've met 80, 75, 60, calling themselves girls. What are you girling? A girl is from 16 to 18 to 20. Maybe 21 to 23. From the definition of who a woman is.
Yes.
You're a woman at 18. You get my point?
Okay, yeah.
So we have to make it clear that some will not get married. Because if you think that all will get married, then you can be manipulated, you can be deceived, and you believe lies. And when you believe lies, they will boomerang. And when lies boomerang, people will even stop going to church. Because, for instance, there is an old woman that you know as a pastor, this man will not get married because of her age.
Okay.
I'm not limiting the power of God.
Yes.
I know that God can do anything. I have prayed for a woman that was over 60 and she got married.
Wow.
You get that was a miracle. I prayed a prayer I did not believe. You get my point. So I'm not talking from a state of doubt.
Okay.
I'm talking from a state of fact.
Yes. Okay.
Not everybody that has passed the age will stay single. Some will get married even at 70. But there are some that because of age also will not get married. We have to make that straight so that people will not be expecting things that will never come to pass.
Okay.
Because when your hope is deferred, it could make you sick. You get my point?
Yes,
So I'm
yes.
talking from a state of fact that some will not because of age, some will not because of circumstances of life, some will not because of the way they look.
Jesus.
We just have to be truthful.
Okay,
Some men will never get married because of the way they look. Why some women will also never get married because of the way they look. So we have to make it clear that because of issues of life, there are some that will not get married. There are some that will also not get married because of prophetic purpose. They are physically okay, they are financially okay, but prophetic purpose demand that you stay single. There are some like that. Now, having said that, if you are sure that you don't fall into this category of those that will not get married, so the phase of being single is a season of preparing yourself for marriage through capacity building. Because the reason why you see many marriages crash today is not because of the devil. The devil is doing his own work, but if you look at it, if you gather all the divorces on the face of the earth, maybe the devil contributed to just 20% of it. Because sometimes we ascribe energy to Satan that he does not have.
Okay.
The Bible says he has been defeated.
Yes, it does.
Jesus, look at what the Bible says in the book of Hebrew, that Jesus destroyed him. He didn't say Jesus will destroy. Hebrews chapter 2. Maybe let me read it for the sake of our audience.
Yeah.
Hebrew, we have to understand these things. Hebrew chapter 2, verse 14. He said, inasmuch then as the children have partaken of flesh and blood, he himself likewise shed in the same, that through death he might destroy he who had the power of death, that is the devil, and release those who through the fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. So if you look at these two verses of the scriptures, has Jesus died on the cross? Yes. Has he resurrected? Yes. If the answer is yes, then the devil is destroyed.
Okay. Yeah.
He's not saying he will be destroyed. He's saying he is destroyed. So if the devil is destroyed already, why is it that powerful in the life of some people? You know why? Because they don't carry the presence of he who have destroyed the devil. The presence of Jesus.
Okay.
Until you carry the presence of he that have destroyed the devil will remain active and effective in your life. Now, in spite of that, even if you don't carry the presence of he who have destroyed the devil, and the devil is still active, there are things he cannot do.
Okay.
For instance, Satan cannot stop your goat. Let's say you have goat, you are rearing goat.
Yes.
You cannot stop your goat from procreating.
Okay.
You cannot stop your chickens from laying eggs.
True, true.
Of course, he will want to stop them, but he can't. Two, Satan cannot stop you, if you have a car, from opening your car and starting it and warming it and going to work. Satan cannot stop you from coming back and opening the door of your house and enter your house.
True.
Satan you cannot be eating and Satan now come and carry the plate of food and throw it through the window. He will want to do it, but he can't.
Okay.
Left with the devil, he will want to do all that, but he can't. So we must understand what he cannot do. But you see, delegated authority is stronger than demonic authority.
Wow.
When I say delegated, divinely delegated authority is stronger than demonic authority. It is on divinely delegated authority that we stand to cast out demons.
Okay.
You get my point?
Yes.
So God has given us authority on earth. Divinely. This either you are saved or not. There's a natural delegated authority given to mankind. That's why no demon without a human body can function on earth except a human being permitted to function. You get my point? So having said that, we ascribe so many attacks on the issue of marriage to the devil, but not knowing that marriages are breaking down for lack of capacity to get and stay married. Okay. You see, it's so funny that even in the world, people do what they call capacity building. Yeah. But that's true. Among us in the kingdom, okay, let me say, human beings don't think about building their capacity for marriage. Yes. Building the capacity to get and stay married. So in that time of being single, that is the time of building your capacity for marriage. For instance, you need to build your capacity for child rearing. Raising of children. Yeah. Because in God's plan, children are to be raised in a godly way. Yes. And look at you were not raised in a godly way. and you just became godly by meeting Christ. Right now, you have the responsibility to develop your capacity to raise children in godly way. Because number one, you have never seen it done anywhere.
True.
You were raised by a single mother that was not godly, or parents that were not godly. So you have never seen it in anywhere. Perhaps the only opportunity you will have to see how to raise godly children is in a church under a godly pastor who is maybe as tough as me, I don't know, because and does not tolerate nonsense. So that is the only way you can study. Oh, the way my spiritual father is raising me, that's the way I should raise my own children. Because a lot of singles today have not even lived under people that raise godly children.
Yes, that's
they
true.
have not.
Not.
So as a result, they don't know things about raising of children. You develop the capacity more effectively by observing, by being there when somebody is raising a child. You get my point?
Yes.
Now here is somebody that was not where they were raising children.
Yeah.
And is now asking God to give him children, or maybe to give him a home, a marriage.
Yeah.
That marriage will ultimately lead to children. And God will look at you and say, you don't even have capacity to raise an animal. Now you want me to give you a child to raise. You cannot even raise your little dog around. You want to raise a human being. That alone can make God to keep you single.
Wow. Oh no.
God will say, no, you're not ready.
Okay.
And when God says you're not ready, and you say you are ready, you will end up in a marriage that will crash. You get my point?
So that is what is happening.
That's what happened. The reason why most divorces are actually happening for lack of capacity to get and stay married. Because marriage has a lot of things in it.
Yeah.
Childbearing.
Yes.
Childbearing is a ability to bear a child is divine. If it is God that makes you fruitful.
Yes, yes, true.
So you can conceive and bear a child. The ability to raise is human, is in your hands, if I may use that word. It is your hands to raise a child. You have to work with God, follow his principles to raise that child. So if you don't have the capacity to raise a child, you are not fit for marriage. So what makes you fit for marriage is not your age, it's your capacity. Somebody could be 60 years, is not fit for marriage because he does not have capacity. You get my point?
Yeah.
So capacity development is what a single person should focus him or herself to in while waiting for your God-given life partner.
Yeah.
You get my point?
Yeah.
So capacity building, yes, it's very important.
It's very important.
Yeah.
So now, how would a single that has just heard you at this point in time, and they want to get into this capacity building, what are the steps that they should take? I mean, because majority, I'm sure they're hearing this probably for the first time, and they're like, now what am I supposed to do?
Well, the first thing to do is to identify the aspects of marriage, because you build your capacity according to the aspects of marriage. Or let me say, what you will expect in your marital life.
Okay.
I have mentioned child
rearing.
Yeah, bringing up a child.
Yeah.
And that's the first area you have to focus on developing your capacity.
Yeah, yeah.
And let me reiterate again that you will need a father and a mother that are raising godly children. You observing them and being with them to know how to raise a godly child. If it will involve going to live with them, you get my point? And as your school fees, maybe you pay the rent of the house or you buy the food.
Okay.
That's your school fees.
Yeah.
you tell the woman of the house, don't worry.
Yeah.
I came here to learn. I'll be here for 3 months and I'll be coming at intervals. I want to see the way you are raising your children because I love the way they behave. They are very godly. So I want to see the way. But while I am here, I know I'll be an additional responsibility for you.
Yeah.
Let me be buying all the food.
Okay.
You get my point? Yeah. Let me just have a little place we put in my head. Let me buy in all the food. Or you can go and be a house help. For them, deliberate house help. Tell them, don't pay me. I just want to help do your house church. I want to observe how you raise your children. If you don't have such a person, you have a pastor. He and his wife married together, not a single pastor, married together, and is raising you people. That alone should teach you. And we pastors will have a lot of responsibility. Like me, when I finish teaching sometimes, when I come back with my wife, we say, today it wasn't just church. It was father's talk to the children. You get my point?
Yeah.
So God prepares a pastor in such a way that if you have members that were not opportune to watch how godly children are raised, you fill in that gap. from your statement, from your teachings. I know people who attend the Cry of the Spirit can testify that most of them have learned how to raise their children from what I say and from what I teach. You get my point?
Yes.
So you must, you see, why I'm emphasizing on this is because you are the hope for the next generation. You, this single that want to raise, that want to go into marriage. Yes. Childbearing is very important. Is a part of marriage. But you have to prepare yourself on. If God give me a child, how do I raise this child? Start thinking about that while you are still single. How do I raise my children? Okay, you begin to develop some Bible study outlines for your kids.
Oh.
Of course, maybe you attend church and your pastor speak a thing that will help you.
Yeah.
Something that minister to the children there.
Yes.
You take your note and say, this is for my child. When I give birth to my child, I will raise them this way. I will make sure they wake up in the morning and do this. Yes. Prepare yourself. Preparation is the key to success.
Yes.
Prepare yourself. But if you should go and check on the street, you can carry a check. Go and ask those that want to get the singles. Ask them, what do you know about child rearing? Nothing.
Not much.
All they are waiting for is a man, a man, a man. A woman is waiting for a man is waiting for a woman. And as soon as they come in, you become pregnant, you start looking for house helps. And hand over your God-given responsibility to a house help to destroy the life of children. Because if it's a good house help you have, it's going to raise the children. I remember a house help that people say she did something terrible. Me, I say no, she didn't do anything terrible. Do you know that she worked for this family for like 15 years?
Okay. And
the children knew her as the mother.
Yes.
They don't know their mother. They don't even respect their mother. In fact, they call their mother auntie.
What? Okay.
Because it is a house help they know.
Yeah.
This woman wake up 5 a.m. and goes to work, come back 9 p.m. The husband wake up 5 a.m. and goes to work, come back 9 p.m. So the children wake up in the morning. Before she go, she will call the house, Dorcas, look at where the food for Samson is, the food for Solomon, the food for Agnes. So this is it. When they come back from school, make sure you remove their pampers. I'll be back.
True.
Sometimes they don't even see their parents.
They don't. Yeah.
You get my point? And this husband was a very good woman. She raised those children, taught them everything that they should know about God, because she was also godly. She taught them everything. And when they grew up to the time I lost contact, they don't even have that bond and that realization, this is my mother. It got to a point that even when the husband left the house, these children they wanted to get married. They didn't tell their mother first. They located their house where she was and told her, and brought the girl, look at who wants to get married. So what do you say? Because they handed over, the woman handed over her responsibility to her husband. You see, one of the major things singles must do, especially in this period that we are in a terminal generation, that things are coming to an end, that there are a lot of criminal children, there were a lot of children on the street and all of that stuff. One of the major crises in our hands as mankind is this ungodly children that are on the street, that are involved in all kinds of things. We must kill that by making sure that our singles know how to raise godly children before they go into marriage.
True.
They must know how to raise godly children before they go into marriage. Now, that's one point. Another way of developing capacity, because another capacity, like I say, identify. You must also have financial capacity.
Yes.
Ability to multiply money.
Ability to multiply money.
Ability to multiply money is not magic. It's God-given. It's a gift. There are some people that they consume, they don't multiply. So I call them financial tombs. So any money you put in their hands disappear. Any effort you make for them to come up financially, it disappears. Those are financial tombs. You know, a tomb does not bring forth life. No. It rather causes things to decay. Yes. You get my point? Yes. So a single person must develop his or her capacity to make money. So that a lot of singles, they are sitting down like a project, are waiting for someone to come and execute. A woman is there, she cannot make money. She's waiting for a man to come and carry her. When this man carried the burden and drop in his house, he would thought he has married a wife. He didn't know he has married a burden. And he dropped her in the house. Yes, the Bible says women should not work, but the Bible also says women should multiply what their husband brings home. They should multiply it. Okay. So you bring money home, she can't multiply. She rather consume. She's a plague. You get my point?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a woman multiplying money by establishing some businesses around, so that in case anything happens to your husband's income, you have something to fall back to. But a woman should not sit down and fold her hands and say, I am just housekeeper. Part of the housekeeping is the ability to make sure that money keeps coming. So whatever your husband brings, I remember a woman, what she does, when the man gives her monthly money for food, she will always make sure she divide the money in percentages and keep 30%. That's why we don't know.
Okay.
So that 30%, she kept saving it until the money was enough to do a business. So she started doing business quietly.
Yes.
Investing that little money.
Yes.
So one day, the man came back home sad. He asked her what he wanted. He didn't say anything. He keep coming home sad, not knowing that he has lost his job. He normally just go out like that and come back.
Okay.
And the man now opened her and said he has lost his job. He thought the woman is going to scream and start crying. The woman just smiled and said, don't worry. And she now opened her treasure and said, look at what I've been doing.
Wow.
Let's be doing it together.
Wow.
While you wait for another job. That is a wife. You get my point?
Yes, yes,
that is a woman who developed her capacity to multiply money before she goes into marriage. Most women are job projects waiting for men to come and execute. Most men are also plagues waiting for women to come and endure all their lives. We must know how to make money so that we will not give birth to children that they will start regretting
why they were born.
Why they were born by such parents that have poverty as a degree. Not because of the devil, but because of laziness and lack of diligence. You get my point? So the single must develop capacity. How do you not develop capacity for money making? The church you attend will also help you in that area. It's so sad that today in churches, they teach you how to give, not how to make money.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of churches today, we teach our members that, hey, give. But how to make money? How to receive.
There's a how to receive.
There's how to receive. You get my point? We don't teach the church how to receive. We just teach them how to give. And when we say how to receive, it's not how to receive by faith. You're going to start waiting for prayer.
Because that's what we've been
he
told.
that did not work will not eat. He that did not work should not eat.
Okay.
That's what the Bible says.
Yes.
God will bless the works of your hand, not the wishes of your heart. I repeat, God will bless the work of your hands, not the wishes of your heart. Most of our prayers are just wishes of the heart. That's why they cannot be answered. Most thing about money does not answer to prayer. It answers to work. Work. You go and work.
Okay.
You get my point? So you must get something doing. Money comes when we solve problem. So your capacity for making money can be developed from knowing the kind of problems that you were born to solve. So while you are single, instead of being desperate, oh God, when will I get married? Oh God, when will I get married? No. Develop your capacity to make money. Develop your capacity to raise godly children. You get my point? Work with people. Attend seminars that will help you. You get my point? I work with fellow people that are succeeding. When you meet a man who have succeeded financially or a woman, don't be jealous. Sit them down and ask them, what's the secret? Teach me. What do you think I need to know? Look at how I have lived my financial life. It is zero. What do you think I am missing?
Wow.
And they begin to talk.
When
you ask the right questions, you get right answers.
Yes, true.
They begin to talk. They begin to educate you. You see, knowledge is very important. If you are wise, you can scoop knowledge from anything and anybody around you. So instead of sitting down waiting upon the Lord, for you miss a sense, like I've received some desperate text message. Oh, Apostle, pray for me. I want to get I'm getting to 35.
Yes.
I'm getting to one told me I'm getting to 44, 45. Sorry, 34. And they even use the word I'm desperate. I'm getting to 35. No, okay, you are getting to 35. How much have you made on it? You've been 35 years on earth. How much have you made on earth? How much have you made? How many problems have you solved? Are you a blessing to people or a curse? Here's the point that many singles don't know. You can only, even if God wanted to get married, the connection between you and your prospective wife or husband comes from the goodwill around you.
Wow. Okay. Please go more on that.
The connection between you and your prospective life partner comes from the goodwill around you.
Okay.
So if people don't know you to be good, even if God wants to get married, God could even send a husband to you. He will come into your story and go back. Wow. Wow. That is why the Bible says, follow peace with all men. So that you create a good story around you.
So it's not that because it's God's will for my life, it has to happen.
There are a lot of things that are God's will that man have defeated.
Also, you as man can defeat God's will.
Of course, it depends on the kind of will anyway. There's a sovereign will. Sovereign will cannot be defeated. But God's will for your life can be defeated by you. Because if you say no, God cannot say yes.
Yeah. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
No, that is in the realm of warfare. In the realm of warfare, when Jesus say no, nobody can say yes. When he say yes, nobody can say no. But in the realm of you receiving blessings from God, when Jesus say yes, you can say no.
Yeah. Okay.
You can say no because in the Garden of Eden, Jesus said yes by giving mankind a garden.
Yes, true.
Do you know in the plan of Jesus, we should not be sick. We should not die. There should be no death in human race.
Yes.
There should be no sin.
Yes.
There should be peace on every side.
Yes.
That's why he gave us the Garden of Eden. Jesus said yes, but man said no by eating from the fruit. And they lost the garden. Jesus came back again, died on the cross, resurrected, and now said yes again. Many of us are still saying no. We don't want to give our lives to him. We don't want to follow his ways. We don't want to do his word. We are saying no every day. Anytime you commit sin, you have said no to Jesus. Because anytime you do wrong, you have said no. So we say no with our actions.
Yes. Okay.
With our actions. You get my point? So that is why I said marriage. I'm going to read the scripture concerning that. If you don't have a good will
around you,
a good story around you, you cannot get married.
Hey.
Most of what is keeping people single is the story they create around themselves.
Wow. Okay.
And I think we'll dwell on that a little, even if we, maybe we're getting to break. Let me know so that so we need. I want to emphasize on that point.
Yes.
Because this is where this is what is killing so many.
Yes, absolutely.
And keeping them single.
Absolutely.
It is not the causes in their father's house that is keeping them single. No. It's not the causes. It's not the. How strong is the devil, my friend? A demon that you say, come out, is out. So why are you afraid of someone? Come out. Tell a dog to come out. The dog will not come out. You're looking at you like this. A dog is even more stubborn than a demon sometimes. You get mad. Like I said earlier, we ascribe so much to Satan that it doesn't even do. You get my point? I remember the late Miles Muro, my first time of meeting him. I think the first and last. It was in a pastor's conference in Nigeria. And the man said that when he was a little evangelist, a little boy, that he was in his church, in their church, he stood on the window because the church was a very small church, so people were filled. So he stood on the, he sat there or something, and the people were giving testimony. So every time, Edison would go up and say, the devil was on my case, and I did it. The devil was on my case, and he did it. So while they were talking, it seems he went there to sing or to preach. So God opened his eyes. He saw the devil outside the window. And the devil started crying and said, they are lying on me.
Hold that point. Hold that point. I know you must be on the edge of your seat waiting to hear what will happen next. So stay tuned with us as we go on a short break. Do not touch that but dial. We'll be right back.
The Morning Cloud Television. The nation's our mandate. Making the much needed difference in a terminal generation.
Our beloved viewers, we here from the Morning Cloud Television would like to thank you for journeying with us this far. Truly, great and amazing things happen when the great and immortal God mixes with us mortal man. And that is exactly what this station has been. Now, we have hit a transitional point in our journey, for our current service providers have been incapable of carrying us this far. We have had everything from interruptions during live broadcasting to being off air. We do not want to continue in this way, and it is for this reason that we are saying it's only best to launch to save life. Many of you, our viewers, have told us that this station has touched your lives and your households and transformed you in ways that you never saw possible. So kindly, we're here to request you to join hands with us and make contributions of at least 5,000 shillings to the pay bill and the account number that is scrolling on your screens. Let us join hands and partner with this portal of mercy that has come right from the throne room of God to touch the very lives of men. We want to continue on this journey with you, and we're calling on contributors, at least 2,000 of you, to help us reach this target and launch to Satellite to continue bringing this very enriching station to you. We are blessed to have you, and we enjoy having you in our family. We'd like to continue bringing to you the enriching movies, the enriching talk shows, the kids shows, the music, the uplifting messages that have touched your lives and have transformed you to the place that you are right now. Thank you so much from the Morning Cloud Television, the only station that is here to make the much needed difference in this terminal generation.
Welcome back, our beloved viewers, to the Bible class. Thank you for staying tuned with us. Now, before our break, Apostle, who's still with me in studio, was explaining to us about an experience and a teaching that he had from Miles Monroe previously. And we were handling the topic on capacity building as single people. So we're going to continue from there.
Yes. So he said God showed him that vision. And I believe him, because he said God showed him that vision, and he saw the devil outside the window crying and said, they are lying on me. And though we laughed, everybody laughed and all of that, but it made sense because you will realize that most time we make the devil look so strong.
Yeah.
Forgetting that he'd been defeated on the cross, and we ascribe a lot of things to him, not knowing that once you are full of light, darkness cannot come near you. The Bible says there's a light that shines in the darkness, and the darkness cannot comprehend it. So instead of blaming the devil, blame yourself for not receiving the light of the world, which is Jesus, and walking in the light of his word. You get my point?
Yes.
So that is why I said the issue of salvation, the issue of giving your life to Christ, the issue of being filled with the Holy Spirit and living a life of holiness is not a Christian talk. It's not a Christian talk. It's God's prescribed life for the human race. And like I said in one of those episodes, that we're not created with a bad habit. We're not sinners. There was no sin living in us. We were created in God's nature. We lost that nature. And the nature of the devil enters us. And that means the sinful nature is alien to us.
Oh.
But look at, it's been turned upside down.
Yes, that you're born
we are
this
born,
way.
We were not born. If you look at Adam, from Adam, who is our great-great-grandfather, who is our root, we were not born sinners.
Okay.
We were corrupted by the devil. We're not born sinners. So sinfulness is not your nature. It's alien. Your real nature is holiness, righteousness. You get my point? That was our real nature.
Okay.
So when you see a drunk, it's not his nature. When you see a liar, that is not your nature. That is the devil's nature.
I feel like just by that statement, you've crushed so much of what we have been taught, even in our churches, because we're told we are sinful by nature, and we need to now fight this out of us.
That is alien.
That is alien.
It's like telling a sick person, somebody that controlled a HIV virus, but I said that virus is yours. It's been there with you. It's not. You contracted it.
Yes.
The same way we contracted the sin nature. It was not us. We were holy. We were like God. We were small g. You get my point? We were carrying God's nature until Adam left the garden. So I mean, they ate from that tree, and the Bible says sin entered the world. We were not sinners. Wow. So redemption is bringing us back to our original nature. God, that's why God will give you a new heart and a new spirit. It's restoring back your lost heart, your lost spirit. When it comes back, you can no longer walk in sin. You can no longer live in sin. So we must understand that. You get my point? So that's why I say holiness is not a Christian talk. When we say pray, fast, what we call Christianity, it ought not to be called Christianity. It is God's prescribed life for the human race. We calling it Christianity. We have put it in a box, that in a religious box. That is why Jesus never called it Christianity.
Okay.
He called it sonship. sonship, kingdom citizenship,
Yes, yes.
discipleship. That's what you call it. So when you call it Christianity, you put it in a religious box. So it will now cut off the Muslim, cut off the Hindu, cut off the now say, okay, it is God's prescribed life for the human race. So like I said, one of the major things that a single should focus on, focus on capacity building. And like I said, which area, the story around you.
Yes.
And I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Out of every 10 people that are single, 8 of them are kept single by the stories around them.
Okay.
Not the demons around them.
Okay.
Because even the devil will use the story you create to hinder you.
Yeah.
So it's not only the devil hindering you.
Yes.
It's a story you create that is hindering you.
Yeah,
Okay, for instance, somebody will say, it's not the devil that make me to create a story. No, it's your flesh. It's your flesh that make you to create a story.
So you're giving him like the ammunition, the fuel.
That is it. You see, we are the one that give the devil the weapons to use.
Okay, yes.
For instance, God forbid, I came to this nation doing the work I'm doing.
Yeah.
God forbid, I create a scandal.
Yeah.
Let's say I get myself seduced by a lady and I sleep with her.
Yeah.
Get her pregnant.
Yes.
I have given the devil one bullet to bring down cry of the spirit. Just one, not two, one. He's going to use that to make sure the ministry go down completely and get buried. And all these souls that have been saved, they go back to him. If I forget that from my brain, if I don't think about that, I know that I am the one that gives the devil ammunition to fight me. I will keep giving him without knowing.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I will keep giving ammunition. Okay. If you don't give the devil ammunition, he will lack what to use to shoot you.
Wow.
So everything the devil is using to shoot us down, we gave him. He's been defeated. We gave him those ammunition. You gave him ignorance. You gave him anger. You gave him sexual perversion. You gave him lust. You gave him pride. You gave him what the Bible calls the fitness of the flesh. You gave it to him to use against you. You gave him the works of the flesh to use against you. You get my point? Yeah. So most people are single because the story they create against around them. Let me tell you something. I began to learn this from the young men that come to meet my mom then many years ago. Yeah. This is the 90s in our local church then. These are people that were not straight. They'll meet my mother and say, I want to get married to you. What do you say about this lady? In church. My mom will begin to speak good about the person. They will laugh. Obviously, they have slept with her.
Wow.
Can I tell you the truth?
Yeah.
No ideal man will marry a lady that other people have slept with. And the stories everywhere, except fools. Yes. No man who what is salt will go into a woman and bring her into his life that have a story, except someone will say Hosea. Hosea pick the harlot. Is your name Hosea? Even if your name is Hosea, are you a prophet? Hosea was demonstrating a prophetic similitude. Yes. The harlot represent Israel. He represented God. It was a drama God acted for the nation of Israel. And some foolish men go to carry daughters of Asherah and say Hosea. They don't see any other scripture in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's Hosea that they are saying. If you even ask them where is it, Hosea is in the word. They don't even know the verse. Whenever the devil wants to confuse you, he picks such stories. Whenever the devil want to desecrate your life, he picks up stories. Except God give you grace. Don't marry a woman who everybody have slept with. It's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Except the Lord give you the grace and that is why you should marry somebody who is saved, who have been sanctified. Yeah. What sanctification? Washed. Okay. Completely. Yeah. Then you can marry. She could live any bad life before. But once she's been washed, fine. But don't go and pick somebody who is seen in her porn, in her field, and say, Hosea, you are not Hosea. You get my point. You get my point. So to me, I would advise singles to spend their singlehood creating good stories around them. Wow. Don't enter into a fight with anybody pulling to come and fight, because you could be responding and your prospective husband will just be passing and see you screaming like a lion, yelling, and he will even know that any other day that God not telling that is your wife. Say, God, please, God, I'm so sorry. Leave me. Allow me to be single. We have the power to turn away from what is God's will, my friend. You get my point? Yeah. So we have to spend time creating the story. People don't even know that if the devil wants to hinder you from getting married, he will use your ammunitions. If you don't give him ammunitions, he can't hinder you.
Wow.
So instead of you asking pastors to break curses and all of that stuff, rather ask the Holy Ghost to show you what are the ammunitions I'm giving to the devil. You see, like even the crowd of spirit white pastor, there are few people I've interacted with that are single that I know this one will never get married.
Wow.
They are out. Except a man that has misruled. The man has just misruled. Saying this line, let me just commit suicide. Yeah. And now pick one woman up. You can commit suicide by picking one woman. You think you married, you don't know how to suicide. It's just suicide, now you are about committing. You pick a woman that is not marriable and put in your life. Okay. Father, let me just die into your heart and commit my spirit. Except such a man. If not, a man that wants to succeed in life, a man that would want to fulfill his destiny, he will never marry them. Their mouth, some of them, their attitudes are very dangerous. So if God wants to bless you with a life partner, he now says that you lack the story. When the life partner comes, your story will push him away.
Oh.
There are some that are so vengeful.
Yes, true.
That vengefulness will keep your prospective partner away. The devil will use it and make sure you are single. Any man your beauty attracts, it is your character that will either keep him or send him away.
Wow. Okay.
Any man your beauty attracts, it is your character, or let me say your story, that will either keep him or send him away. That is why if you have a bad story in your life, please come and meet Jesus. He's the only one that rewrites our stories. Now, when he rewrites the story, how does he rewrite the story? This is what we don't understand. How does Jesus rewrite our story? It's not by pouring oil on your head. It's not by laying hands. No, it's by teaching you righteous paths to follow. As you begin to follow those paths, your story is being rewritten.
So it's not the aspect where we think it will magically vanish and that story is no longer there ever again.
Are people dead? Everybody see her brain. Everybody see her brain. When we say God, he give me beauty for ashes. My purifier, that's all. Taking away my shame. How does he take the shame? He do things by prayer. Teaching. He teach you a path to follow. He teach you righteous ways to follow. Ways that when you follow, you will not come into shame. Ways that when you follow, they create a glorious you. They create a glorious story around you. So when you follow those paths, you get my point? Now, it's each step you take, create a new story. A beautiful story about you. Each step you take, create a beautiful story. So when the stories have now been accumulated, they will outweigh the previous one.
Okay, that reminds me, there's a statement that says for every one bad act, you need 10 good ones to overwhelm it. That
cannot be far from the truth, because that is why I tell people, if you have been desperately wicked and you meet Jesus, become desperately righteous. Become desperately, pursue, like a woman that was a harlot before. She did this harlotry until she decided to remove her womb. I've shared the story before. And she now accepted Christ and became desperately righteous and decided not to marry again. Her righteousness now overweighed her wicked lifestyle. So even when people were coming, everybody knew her as a harlot. But when she began to follow the ways of the Lord, and the glory was being created by her new story, you get my point? It was finding a reflection on her face. So when men began to come, the story she have now created in Christ outweighed the one she was. That's why a man will tell you, I don't care.
Wow. Yes.
This is who you are now. Story, because you've created it. You have cooperated with Jesus to create it. So we cannot have a beautiful life if we don't cooperate with Christ.
Wow.
You get my point? So you don't just recite one sinner's poem and now say the past is gone. If anyone be in Christ, a new creature, all things are passing away. How do they pass away? We help them to pass away. We make them pass. Sorry, we let them pass. God make it pass. We let it pass. God will make it pass. But we let it pass. So if you don't let it pass, it will not pass away. It will stick with you. You get my point? Even when you get married, the old harlot you will appear. You become adulterous. You become adulterous. Get involved in all kinds of nonsense. You get my point? So that is, singles must understand that in your season of singlehood, one thing you should spend your days doing is create a good story around you.
Wow.
Do not allow the devil to stick, to give you, to stick a terrible thing into your life from what you have done.
Yeah.
One lie can kill you.
Wow.
You could be working in a company and there's a junior staff under you who is just a cleaner.
Yeah.
Maybe a woman or a man. Okay, let's say a man who is just a cleaner. You are the boss. You don't know that is your husband to be. You don't know. So you start maltreating him, doing all kinds of nonsense. And at the end of the day, the guy continues his life, go to school, graduate, and maybe own his own company. But he has passed through your life. And one day he sits with maybe his friend or his sister and said, I want to get married. He said, can you bring anybody that we can look at? And he now brought a picture of you. That was his former boss. He said, me, this terrible woman, I cannot look at what she did to me. You see, you have just lost a husband. You get my point?
Yeah.
That is why if you are up there, be merciful to those that are down there. Because they could hold the key to your destiny. You get my point? Be kind. Create a good story around you. You see, I will advise every single listening to us right now that make up your mind right now that I will make sure that anybody that passed through the doors of my life leave me with a good story. Anybody that passed through the doors of my life goes with a good story.
Yes.
You get my point?
Yes.
You see, my mom made a decision when we were at Calabar. We were very little then.
Yeah.
That was 1980, 79, 80, 81. Look at what she made up her mind that anybody who visits Calabar, the city, from my village, that comes to our house must not go without eating food.
Wow.
Not that we had. Sometimes they will come, there will be no food. She'll be panting. She'll tell them, hold on, I'm coming. She'll go and collect food. Tell the person, we'll pay you at the end of the month. Come and cook one good rice and give them, they will eat. Do you know that they were taking the stories home? Taking we didn't know they were taking. So the first time I visited the village in my adult life, we were overwhelmed with kindness.
Oh, wow.
You get my point?
Yes.
I remember one old woman one day, even what my mother did to her when she was a teenager, that woman has not forgotten.
Wow. Oh, wow.
She have not forgotten.
Wow,
She's late now, an old woman. She always call my mother's native name. I remember. So here are teenagers growing up. You insult everybody on the street.
True.
No respect for the aged. Whoever you see somebody that's known you with 5 years, you are calling the person by her name. No respect. No auntie. No, you don't put sir in addressing people. You don't have respect. Me. If anybody meet me, because pastors, they meet us and ask us, do you have anybody in your church that, if anybody meets me and say, do you have any good person that can partner with me in ministry, in marriage? If you are disrespectful, I will not recommend you.
Wow. Okay.
I will say there is none. The ones we have here, they will kill you with disrespect. You get my point? The beauty of a woman is reflected in her humility. The beauty of a woman is best reflected in her humility. Humility is so beautiful that most women don't know. They think it is makeup.
Yeah, because that's what is
you see, if you don't create a good story around you when you were single, so when you are single, if eventually you get married, you cannot stay married. There are certain people that even pretend when they get married, they are terrible in their house. You see, not every man can keep you, my friend. These are not days for that we use the statement for better and for worse and tie people up until they die. I know that marriage is sacrosanct if it's in God's will. You get my point. But you see, these days I will not even encourage somebody to be in a hell called marriage because you could go to the hell itself when you die. Instead, separate until the fire is quenched. Then you come back.
Okay.
If you can't come back, seek the face of God for the next step in your life. You get my point? These are not days that you spend your days on paths that leads to hell. Because once you die and go to hell, you are lost forever. You get my point? I better stay single on the street and make heaven than stay married and make hell. So character is very important. And look at the scripture I wanted to read. Songs of Solomon chapter 4, verse 16. The scripture that made it clear that it is the story we create around us that God uses to bring our spouses to us. Songs of Solomon chapter 4 verse 16. He said, awake, O north wind, and come, O south. And I want every single to mark this clear, especially the ladies. Because a lady, why this talk is more important to ladies is because a lady is not given the right by God to seek a man's hand in marriage. It is a man, God gives the right to seek a lady's hand in marriage. That was why when God brought Eve to Adam, God did not speak to Eve. I said it in one of those episodes. He did not speak to Eve. For Eve to now ask Adam, will you marry me? Maybe she would have just smiled. Will you marry me? The worst picture I've seen on Facebook, one of the worst pictures, is a woman kneeling down and putting a ring in the hand of a man.
But it's practiced so much. It's being pushed now.
I said to myself, if this woman was my auntie, I would just tell her that, in fact, you're already dead. We'll be mourning for her. Because any man you do like that to, is not your husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You are too cheap to be married. When a woman is too cheap, no man will value her.
Wow.
Do you see that in marriages, men don't value their wives?
Yes.
Because check how did the women get into their lives. Did they hand over themselves freely?
They were the ones pursuing the men, basically.
That is why you have no value. Here's the way we think as men. When a woman gives herself to me too cheap, I'll begin to doubt her value. Because when you go to market and they are forcing you to buy a wear, it's because it is either old,
True.
it has stayed in the shop for too long.
Yes.
So when you see people, when a woman forces herself on you, there's something she's running away from. Be very careful before you carry a bad product into your life. Women of value don't sell themselves to men. Wow. Women of value. So when you sell yourself to a man, you are gone. Don't even allow that man to marry you, because you will just be a cargo. You'll be a packed car, a car that is packed in his house. You'll be decaying and gathering dust. So at the end of the day, you have to start encouraging yourself by being the one buying your makeup, taking care of yourself. You are just married. You are just in a house, but you are not married. You get my point? You can never enjoy the bliss of marriage. Never. A woman enjoys the bliss of marriage when the husband values her like a treasure. When a woman is not valued in a marriage like a treasure, she will always be praying for her death. She'll be the one praying that one day she should find her death. Because marriage is, you see, people must get this. Look at what Peter said. Yes. Peter said, the book of Peter said, we should hold women as we should treat them as weaker vessels. Do you know the meaning of that? It's not saying they are weak in strength. A woman that will carry pregnancy for 9 months is not weak in strength. A woman that one day I sat in the sofa, my wife sat with us, I sat in the sofa, I was asking myself, there's something this woman has experienced that I've never experienced in life. She has experienced carrying a baby, because carrying a baby and going to the labor room and pushing the child out. I have never experienced it, and I will never experience it. You've never. Definitely. It takes energy to carry a fellow human and push it. So women are not weaker vessels. In fact, there was one this thing that I watched in one of those channels, and the women fighting wrestling, and one woman got up and hit the other one. That one fell on the ground. I said, "Good. If you marry this one, she will show you that women are not weaker vessels. One slap will send you to will send you to the grave." So women. Women are not weaker vessels. I don't know whether they are beating their wife, so beating their husbands. What are you talking about? Let the man mess up. She's okay. I wasn't for you in the house. As the man come, he carry him like this and put him on the ground. They go and check as though you that are calling him a weaker vessel. They will show you.
Oh goodness. Oh Lord. Okay.
That is the sign that women are not weaker vessels in terms of strength. But look at what that scripture means. It said, treat them as object of value. Yes. Okay. Object of value. That's what it means. So that tells you that when a woman does not have a man that treats her as an object of value, for lack of better term, that's why I'm using the word object. So if you don't have a man that treats you with value, you will not be fulfilled. You will not be happy. A woman must either have a father that treats her with value, or a husband that treats her with value, or a pastor that treats her with value. Do you know that when a pastor sleeps with a woman, he has not treated her with value. He has just reduced her to a cheap harlot. Oh no. You don't show that a woman is valuable by sleeping with her. By sleeping with her. Thank you for saying that.
Hey! Thank you, Jesus. That needed to be said, though. Hi.
Okay.
You don't show that a woman is valuable to you by sleeping with her.
Yes.
You show that a woman is valuable to you by protecting her.
Wow.
Protecting her.
Yeah.
That is one way you show. Defending her publicly and privately, protecting her, and also taking care of her. Taking care of her and speaking nice words to her. You get my point? That is how you show
Value.
Value. It depends. For instance, if you are married, what you can buy for your wife shows how valuable she is to you.
Yeah.
What you can buy for your wife shows how valuable she is
Please
to you.
look into the camera and tell our Kenyan
men, listen to me.
Yes.
What you can buy for your wife is what you use to show how valuable she is to you.
Wow.
I read a conversation shortly some time ago on the social media. A woman was trying to teach fellow women how to treat their husband. Look at what she said. She said, if the man buys, if the man takes you to the movies, buy a ticket to the movies, when you get there, appreciate him by buying the snacks. I'm coming. You now say, if a man buys you a shoe, if your husband buys you a shoe, appreciate him by buying him a suit. And I ask myself, how do you place the value of a shoe and a suit side by side?
Side by they don't match at all.
She's talking, she's just managing crisis in Kenya, if I may use that word. In God's plan, that is not it.
Yeah.
I don't expect my wife to buy me a suit when I buy her a shoe. I expect her to respond through submission, not through material things.
Okay.
Remember, I don't expect material things from her.
Yeah.
I don't.
Wow.
You get my point?
Okay.
But I expect submission. So that lady needs to be taught. You don't compliment what your husband is doing by buying things for him.
It's almost like
he's the one that should buy for
things
you.
for you.
You respond with submission and deep concern for him. Also defending him, holding him with a high value, not allowing anybody to speak ill of him or gossip him. You get my point? When somebody comes to tell you anything about your husband, if you're a very nice person, allow the person to finish talking, and ask the person, can I give you a cup of water? When the person drinks the water, and I say, now get up and leave my house. But if you are not as nice as me, when a woman come, me, I'm not nice, I am good, but I'm not nice, because nice is not the fruit of the spirit. So, but I am loving, I'm good, you get what, but I'm not nice. So if I'm, let's say I'm a woman, and my husband that is taking care of me, you come to my house, and you start talking ill of him, I'll tell you, excuse me, give me a minute, I'm coming. I'll enter the room. You get my point? And come back with a cane and flog you with it. Or I will just say, come. There's something on your face. Can I help you remove something? And I give you a slap that my 5 fingers were pointing, and I'll push you out of my house. You have to protect your husband.
Yes. Wow.
You get my point? Yeah. So you return submission
for value,
for generosity shown to you. You get, as a woman, you don't go and buy, he buy you a car, you not buy a plane. No!
On that note, we need to go on a very short break. Stick with us, viewers. I'm sure you're glued to the edges of your seat, so you'll find us right here. We'll be right back.
Today, our world is totally confused about gender. I am proud to be a woman created in the image of God.
The woman, who is she? She is generally defined as an adult human being who is biologically a female, created in God's image to bring forth God's glory, to unlock the man, and also to bring multiplication to the human race. She is to be celebrated, she is to be honored, she is to be respected, she is to be blessed.
The woman. I'm Hannah Kali. I'm Euphora Takim. In this program, you will discover how to walk in the fear of the Lord as a woman.
You will also discover how to live a healthy and wealthy life.
You will also discover how to manage a challenging husband and how to raise godly children.
In this program, you will learn how to overcome the challenges of single motherhood and turn your test into testimonies.
The Woman,
your empowerment and mentoring program. Join us
every Sunday, 8:30 p.m. and you'll be blessed.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hello everyone, this season is all about love because Jesus is love and Jesus came down at this time. I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Love one another, be kind to one another because Jesus is love.
Merry, Merry Christmas. Christ is born. May he be born in your hearts today. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy Christmas. We want to thank God for this season. It's a glorious season. I want you to use it to accept Jesus into your life as a Lord and personal Savior. You know, this festive season, a lot of people dives into many things that destroy them. But please, as you celebrate with the heart of Christ in you. And I want to assure you that Christ will be in you.
Well, God bless you richly. That is the special message from the Morning Cloud. You know, this is a special program, The Woman, that runs every Sunday evening from 8:30 p.m. So we decided to give you that special message. Pick from everything that every one of us have said, and please celebrate this season with Jesus in the center of your heart. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Welcome back, our beloved viewers. Thank you so much for staying tuned with us right here on the Bible class. Right before the break, we were talking about how a woman should return submission for the generosity that is shown to her by her husband. And it was quite such an interesting and interactive session. So we'll continue on that flow.
Yes.
Apostle.
So like I said, the one way a man shows that he values the wife is in what he buys for her. How he treats her at home and all of that stuff. And like I said, a woman is not designed to be treated as something that lacks value.
Wow.
Most women die before their time because they were not they are not appreciated. They are not being treated as if they have value. You see, we have women are being treated as disposable napkin, as decorative accessories.
We're called the trophy wife,
which is very, very bad. You get my point. As maybe this is why the issue of women empowerment, gender equality is coming forth. Maybe that is why it's coming, but that's not the best way to treat it as a woman anyway, because it's a plague. Now it's a plague that only God can handle. So a woman is designed to be treated like, let me borrow the words of the original object of value. I mean, something that has value. Every woman, either married or not. That's why in God, in his mercy, if you are single, he gives you a father or a brother that will treat you like that. But here's the problem. Sometimes God will give you somebody to treat you as someone of value. Because in his plan, he's giving is meeting your need as a woman. You get my point? And let me make something clear. The need of a woman is not romance. Please. It's to be treated with value, and that is different from romance.
Yes, true.
It's different from romance. Now, so in case there's no father to treat you, maybe you were born single, maybe fatherless or something. Though, like I said, nobody's born fatherless because children don't drop from trees. It's just some men that jump on women and disappear. So you were born that way, or maybe things happened. There was no man in your life to fulfill, because only a man can do that, not a fellow woman. You get my point? Only a man can do that. So in God's plan, either your father or your brother. So let's say you have no father, you have no brother, And maybe there's a pastor in your life, and or maybe there's none. Look at what God will do. God will give you a friend in a man. This, I want to make it very, very important. He will give you a brother that is not a blood brother. Somebody that just pick interest in you. And the person will start treating you as, giving you that value. Treating you as someone of value.
Yeah.
Just not that God sent him to marry you. Not that God sent him to sleep with you. But God sent him to be a brother and provide that which you never got.
In life previously, yeah.
What I'm just saying is the book of Proverbs, but I can't open it today. It says a brother is born for adversity.
Yes.
So here is a lady that has been suffering, not because of causes in the father's house, but just because she grew up all her life. And there was nobody to demonstrate that she's someone of value on earth.
True.
Nobody to demonstrate.
True.
So that vacuum was left. Men were coming and taking advantage of her.
Yes, yes.
Because anyone that say anything, she want to go in that person's direction.
Yeah.
And they ruin her life so much. When the person now meet Christ, what God will do, God will not bring a brother. Sometimes God does it even before you meet Christ. Because sometimes before we get saved, God is there with us to push us to the place of salvation. So God sometimes he brings, and look at the mistake we ladies make.
Yes.
When God now brings such a man,
You fall in love with him.
you fall in love with him. And when you marry such a man, as soon as you get into marriage, it's going to change 360 degrees. You begin to wonder, was it the angel I saw? Was he pretending? No, he was not pretending. You took him and put him in a system that God never designed him to function in your life. He was not called to be your husband. He was not called to be your sex mate.
Yes.
He was not called to be servicing your sexuality. He was called to demonstrate how valuable you are as a woman. Either by giving you gift or helping you wherever you need help. Is there helping you to get my point? You see, I have seen many Christians that are connected to such men and they erroneously think about marriage. Some of them I tell them, please don't. This is not a married thing.
Okay.
You get my point?
Yes.
Because as many as I have seen try to do that, one of them end up losing their life. There's one I know, he worked with me closely from 1995 to 1997, so 1998. I had this, there was this lady in his life that, because it could happen the other opposite. It could happen the opposite, because even men need somebody to show that they are valuable, you get my point, but not to the extent that women need. So what happened, this young man have suffered a lot. He was into cultism, sleep in graves, and they had fasting and prayer in the graves and all of that stuff. So when he met Christ, it was under intense torment, and God gave him peace. So he has had nobody in his life. So this lady picked interest, and now begin to see how he can supply his needs. Sometimes he assist him to work with Christ, and eventually their emotions was misplaced.
They were mixed in that.
So the lady now started cultivating the thought of marrying him. He himself was not interested. Later, an elder in our church confused them and said he saw a vision when the lady gave birth to twins, and they now got together. They were even committed sin together. As I'm talking to you now, the lady is dead, because he ended up not marrying her. He now came across somebody else he wanted to marry, and he got, immediately she heard it, she fell sick. After a short while, she died. If we don't know how to treat God's blessing in our lives, it could become a curse. So this thing I'm talking is very, very sensitive. Maybe there are people hearing us this evening that must, maybe there are people in your life, maybe a lady, there's a man in your life. That man did not come to marry you. He did not come to even sleep with you. He came to demonstrate that which, to fit into your life, that which God originally created that you should have. Something your father will have given you, something your brother will have given you. That is what the man came to do. So if you misplace it and put the man in a different system, I tell you, it's going to boomerang, it's going to destroy your life. It will bring out things that God, that your prayer cannot take care of. So we must understand this. What took me to this talk is the fact that a single person can only get married from the stories that he or she creates. Because no matter how we pray, if our story is bad, the prayer cannot be answered. You get my point? So, and I read that scripture, I say, awake, O north wind, and come, O south, blow upon my garden. What's the garden? Your virtues. This scripture concerns more to women than men. Your virtues. Your virtues is your garden. If you look at a garden, when we say a garden, it could be a garden where you grow vegetables.
Yes.
That you can pluck and eat. I remember in those days we had a garden in our house when we were growing with our father and mother. Every evening when my mom is cooking, sometimes the soup will need certain vegetables. She would just send me into the garden. The garden was close to the kitchen. I would just go and pluck and slice it and give her. She would put in the food. Just like that. Sometimes she'll be cooking, she will test it. The thing is giving a particular test. So it needs so vegetable to be put in it. We have this fresh curry. You know, people know curry powder, but the curry leaves they don't know. So we used to grow the curry leaf. So maybe you are cooking the stew and the stew is testing somehow. You need to put some curry leaf. She will send me to go and pluck few leaves. I'll pluck and we'll bring. We'll put. That's how a garden is. That's how a single should be. That people can find something good to pluck out of you and spice their lives. So if none exists, you're in trouble. You cannot get married. So what is the north wind? The north wind is the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit blowing upon your garden, taking the fragrance of your garden to your beloved. Look at the statement. He said, blow upon my garden that its spices may flow out. Let my beloved, prospective wife or husband, let my beloved come to his garden and eat his pleasant fruit. You get my point? I remember in those days when I was growing up, and God was using me, and you see things happening. By God's grace, God helped us. My mother used my mom, and everybody helped us. We did not create bad stories around us. So there were two families I've met in my life that were struggling. They were struggling how I would marry their daughter.
Okay.
Two different families. Because they saw this young man, God is using him. There is no story around him. So I remember the last one that happened, it was very dirty because it led to vicious attacks against me because I was not agreeing. I remember I met an elderly Christian and asked the person, look at what I'm facing. How do I overcome this? He now smiled. He said, blessed are you. That I never knew, even if even the elder I was trying to seek counsel of, he has about 6 daughters. So he was wishing that. so later I remember one woman of God. She told me, she said, listen, the only fear I have for you is that the day you want to get married, you are going to create problem in your church. I asked him, what do you mean? He said, people will fight to get married. I said, why? She now told me some of these things I'm sharing. He said, when you have a good story around you, everybody wants you.
That's very true.
This is applicable to both men and women. So as a single person, spend your days creating a good story. Don't be so desperate to marry that you forget. Don't be so desperate for marriage that you forget. Many people are so desperate for marriage, and in their desperation to get married, they fight dirty. They fight dirty. You hear that you meet a man that wants to marry your friend and is asking your opinion. You are soiling her image, destroying her character. The man is taking note of what you are saying. So if tomorrow somebody also meets him to ask him about you, he will say, please don't go there. That woman, her mouth is smelling. You get my point? So that is it, because Jesus said, do to others what you wish that they do to you. So whatever you put into life, life brings it back to you. This is what you must understand. You see, my mom taught me a very simple principle. He said, when you are pointing a finger at somebody, the remaining 4 are pointing at you. And now ask her, okay, if you do your hand like this, it's 3. That is pointing. How about the thumb? She said, look at it very well. And I found that this part of the thumb and here is pointing back at you. So whatever you do to people, it has a way. Time has a way of calculating it and bringing it back. And when time is bringing it back, it will be good measure. Press down, shaking together. So it can never be what you did. So if we don't live peacefully with people, we are destroying our marital destiny, because it is the good stories that we create around us that God uses to bring our spouses to us. That also goes to say, in case people are speaking ill of you, just make sure what they are saying is not true.
It's not true. Okay.
Because when people are saying things that are not true about you, God will defeat the lies.
Wow.
And when God defeats the lies, it's going to increase the love of people for you. Wow. There are people, for instance, there are people in the crowd of spirit today that have a strong passion for me and my family. Some of them in the beginning it was not so. But they heard things about, many of them have come to the office to tell me, they heard things about me, about the crop, about Nigerians, about everything. So they now came close. When they now discovered that everything they heard was not true, they fell in love.
Wow.
So whoever is struggling with blackmail, slander, and people speaking ill of you, don't worry. Just make sure that whatever they are saying, you are not doing it. Because God is going to use it to bless you, to bring somebody in your life that will, because of that, will fall in love with you. That even if you finally get married to the person, if somebody bring any story, you will say, I know my wife. I know my husband. You get my point? They can never do this. So that will even, you see, that is where the Bible says, all things work together for good to those who are called according to his purpose.
Wow, that is something. So now, I'd like you to talk to the ladies, because especially there is this mentality of I will fix him. This is now when you see a man and he's having a couple of flaws here and there, we feel automatically, I don't know if it's the mother nature in us or what, but you feel like I will fix him. Just let him have time with me, let us get married, I will fix him in our marriage, I will change him. Well, I don't know whether we're trying to be the alpha and the omega in this, but talk to them and advise them on this.
You see, on this note of I will fix him. I will fix him. Only the Holy Spirit can make that statement. Only he can change people. But most women make that statement because they are desperate for marriage. They are so desperate for marriage that they don't see what they ought to see. Desperation makes you blind. Desperation makes you let down your guards. It makes you destroy your values of life. The things that are supposed to hold dear, you just throw them off because you're desperate. And it is desperation that make people make such statements. It's not really genuine love for the people. If it was based on love, love has power to change people. You get my point? Compassion, love power to change. If that statement is based on genuine love. And also within the will of God for your life, fine. Because through marriage, a lot of people have been saved. People have been saved through marriages. There are certain marriages that are missionary marriages. And I've been withholding myself from teaching that in Kenya because if I do, some people may misunderstand it and misapply it. But I'm going to teach it when I discover that there's a lot of maturity. Because by God's grace, we are spreading the word across the nation. And it's getting to everybody. When people come to when a nation comes into a particular page of revelation, then I will teach about missionary marriages. You get my point? Because the point is this. You don't, in the flesh, wake up and say, I will fix him. He will fix you at the end of the day. Oh, yeah, he'll be the one to fix you. Because here is somebody. Besides, there are things you can't fix in a man. That is why Eve was brought to Adam ready-made. God does not bless us with abandoned projects. God blesses us with complete projects. That is why the Bible says in the book of James, every good and perfect, underline that word, perfect. Every good and perfect gift comes from God. Including a wife, including a husband. So if that man is not good and perfect, it's not from God. It's from your greed, from your desperation. It's not from God. If it's from God, he is good and perfect. You get my point? If it's from God, everybody with a man given to him by God can testify in what I'm saying. You get my point? Even their imperfections will be perfect to you. That's why it's called good and perfect. Their imperfection. You see, there was a man that God blessed her with a wife. Sometimes he would do something, the wife would become angry, and the wife would be talking and talking and screaming and talking. The man will laugh. We say, do you know that when you talk like that, and when you become more angry, you become more beautiful. It will make the woman more angry. I say, you mean you don't get what I am saying? He said, no, I get what you are saying. But the way you are putting it, this anger in your face, you are becoming more beautiful. Can you give me a kiss? And it will kill. It will kill the whole.
Oh, Lord. I feel that woman.
It will kill the whole anger. The fight will come to an end. In fact, there was a man that his wife actually talks. They told the man, your wife talks so much. He said, that's why I married her. That's why I married her, because me, I don't know how to talk. So I need a woman
that can
that can talk.
Compensate.
That can insult anybody for me. You get my, so the imperfection have become perfect because it's a gift. It's a gift. So when it comes from God, that thing that people see as imperfection becomes perfect.
Oh, okay.
But there's one thing that will never come from God to you, an adulterous man and an adulterous woman. When the man does not have sexual discipline, God will not bless you with the man. When the woman does not have sexual discipline, God will not bless you with the woman. So when when you say your husband is adulterous, it's God that gave you, you are lying on God. You took him. We can take things that God has never given. For instance, if God has not given me this flower, I can just carry it and go home with it. That's something that God gave me. So you can take something and go that God have not given you. You get my point? So people take wives. People take. That's why they use that word. I just took a wife. Who gave you? I just took it. Who gave you the wife? People take. So singles must really not be desperate. In their time of singlehood, they should not see themselves as Mr. Fix-It.
Yes.
You can't fix anyone's character. Okay. You see, there was a woman that used this wrong theory. They were courting, and she began to see text messages in the husband's phone from people he was sleeping with. And the husband will say, oh, you know, I have left this life. I'm not safe. I don't know why this woman keep sending text messages. Why is it a lie? So she said, okay. People started warning her. This man you are married. He said, no, I'll be able to take care of him. Do you know what happened at the end of the day? He took care of her. He took care of her. The people, at first it was text message. Do you know how he took care of her? He put her in a box that whatever he does now, she can't say anything. He even brings women to the house. He now tells her, I'm an African. In African culture, I can marry more than one wife. So if you don't want to stay, go. Because she has now brought children and she can't leave now. And the most painful thing is this. She had men that wanted to marry her before. That were almost crying. And she turned them down because of this one. And those men were disciplined sexually. So right now they are laughing at her. And her pain has increased because there's pain of regret. I advise singles. When you see a little sign of sexual unfaithfulness in a man or a woman, please don't go.
Just the littlest bit.
No matter how small it is, God saving you, or you see lack of truth. The man tells you, I am coming. You people were just cutting. He has lied more than 20 times. And you still say you want to marry. You are the biggest fool on the face of the earth. Because any woman that is in a painful marriage will tell you, please don't join me in this car. The car is smoking.
They will.
And foolish men will say, it's still a car. Even though it's smoking, it's still a car. You get my point? And you now come in and you die before your time. You get my point? Look at this marriage thing. Many are coming out. Many are going in. It's very funny.
It seems.
So you don't, part of the thing you should do while you're waiting to get married, part of the capacity development, don't develop an illusion. And you call it capacity. Illusion. It is an illusion for you to believe that you can change a man. Some women believe that they can change a man through sex.
Yes, you can tame him.
Foolish. There's no man you can tame through sex. It's foolishness. I remember a lady I counseled many years ago. That was the first counseling I did in my life. When I was, I think, 21 or so. I was counseling her not to sleep with a man. Because then there was this philosophy, if you want him to stick to you, sleep with him.
Yes, still there.
And I told her, please don't. She didn't take to counsel because I was a little boy. She slept with him. Afterwards, she cried and came and said, the man has dumped her. He will. He will. Out of every 10 women that sleep with men to trap them, no one succeeds.
The statistic is 0.
It's 0.
Not even 1.
Anyone that eventually have the man in marriage, it will not be a marriage. It will never be a marriage. There will be no bliss in that marriage. You get my point? So people must understand that you don't trap, you cannot keep men with that. It's impossible. It's like telling me that if I enter this restaurant to eat, because the food is tasty, I will no longer eat in my house. No. Lust cannot be satisfied. When it's true with this person, it seeks another person. That's how lust is. So sexual appetite, that's how it is. So that's why you have to tame those things and destroy them in your life. So that is a fallacy. That is a lie. That is, you don't, in fact, don't build your singlehood, your marital philosophy on lies.
Okay.
In time of singlehood, you better separate between fictions and truth and facts. You get my point? So don't build your marriage philosophy on lies. Don't build your relationship philosophy on motivational speech.
Okay.
Build it on revelation of God's word.
Yes.
Because God is the father of relationships. He created the first relationship on earth, the relationship between Adam and Eve. He created it. So he is the only one we should consult on matters of relationship. And he has written everything in the Bible. We have to follow the scriptures.
Yes.
So to me, a woman should never develop that philosophy that she can change a man with her influence, change a man with her sexuality. She's being foolish. Because any man you can change with your sexuality is a fool. Only a fool you can tame with your sexuality. Only a fool you can tame with your sexual powers. You cannot tame an ideal man with it. Because what defines an ideal man is not sexual appetite. It's values.
It's values. Okay.
Values and character.
Yes.
That's what defines an ideal man. It's a pseudo man that sexual appetite defines. You get my point? That is, oh, that one just giving sex and food is okay. Any man that you can just give sex and food is a fool. It's not a man. It's an insult on us. It's a big insult on us. You get my point? So we must understand that. So this issue of capacity building is very important. You must also build your capacity to resist lies.
To resist lies.
To resist lies. It is capacity building that helps us to separate lies from truth. It's capacity building. When you have that capacity within you, you will know what will not work.
Okay.
For instance, I'm telling you, believing that you can keep a man with sex will work. It will not work.
Yeah, it will not work.
So when you have that truth, that capacity within you, you know it will not work. Because the truth within you will screen through the lie. Truth in you itself is a capacity. You get my point? It will screen those things and helps you work in discernment so that you will not build your life on sand. Jesus said when you build a building on sand, the rain will come, the flood will come, it will wipe it away. That is sand. You get my point? Yes.
Okay. In the previous session, you touched on the various characteristics of people who can and who cannot get married. And I'm sure there were some of them that got stung because there were things like they've passed the age of it, you do not have the look for it, it's not your prophetic destiny. Now, for somebody who's potentially having more questions and they're wondering, okay, so what does that mean? Should now I change my prayer to, Father, help me be content to be single? Or
no. I think the best prayer Jesus gave us, the best prayer guide Jesus gave us is the book of Matthew chapter 9, from verse, chapter 6 from verse 9. That's our Father who art in heaven. The first priority of every human being on earth should not be marriage. Should be relationship with the Father. If that relationship is strong enough, it will fix every other thing. You get my point? If I'm desperate of having relationship with God, cultivating it, and making it fruitful, I will not have marital problems. I will not have issues of marriage. Like this thing I'm talking about that some cannot because of these things we have enumerated. If you have a relationship with God and He wants you to get married, those things are not barrier. They are not barrier. I was just being factual. But those things are not barriers. So that's why you should first of all think about your relationship with God. Let that become your priority in life. Let that be your focus in life. If you focus on increasing your relationship with God. Let me tell you something. Young girls in those days, I remember like the ones that my pastor gave me privilege to like mentor when I was not even up to even 20 myself. They were like the same age. One of the things we were able to plant into their spirit, girls, was how to be used of God. If you become concerned with how to be used of God, then getting married will not be an issue.
That's true.
Show me a woman who is mightily used of God. I will show you a woman that every man wants to marry. Her problem will be, Lord, give me a husband. Her problem will be, Lord, among these ones, who is he? Because there will be, the anointing beautifies. The anointing makes you attractive. You get my point?
Yes.
So when God uses you, you share in a part of His glory. And everybody wants to be with you. So relationship with God should be the first priority.
Okay. Now, with that, we're going to take a very short break, so stay tuned with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, our viewers. And before we took a short break, we were still tackling the issue on capacity building before marriage. And this is mostly towards our singles and even those who are listening and they know at some point they missed their way. I know you probably take away a couple of things that you can use to apply in your life and try and bring yourself back into the right position. With me in studio still is Apostle Takim. Thank you so much for staying with us, sir. So, still on that issue of capacity building. Now, I know we've tackled a lot where we've said what should single people look for and gear for. Yeah. Now, before a woman says yes to a man, what kind of checks should she carry out? Should she look into his family, into his history, into his financial capacity, into his, you know, everything that within the constructs of a man, into his health? Are these things that you should go for and check up before you say yes to this man? And is it also advisable to, I don't know whether to call them, carry out tests between yourself and see how this person responds in different situations?
Okay, no. But I will come to what kind of test. Is it medical test or?
Yeah, you know, like health, medical test and everything.
No, okay, fine. But before I answer that, let me chip a little about the issue of, for the sake of those that became, because I said there are people that will never get married because of looks. So someone will not go and stand in the mirror now and start crying the whole of this evening. I said, Apostle has finished me. So the way I'm looking, truly I'm looking like a monkey. Truly my face is terrible. And the person starts thinking of committing suicide or all of that stuff. No. Here's the point. I made a statement of fact that some people will not get married because of looks. And it is true. Now, God changed looks also.
God changed.
So if you focus on creating a good story, the root of a good story around you is a good character within you. So when you have a good character within you, it creates a good story around you.
Okay.
Now that same character within you can also affect your looks. It can change your looks, the character within you. I've seen people whose looks change in the crowd of the Spirit, honestly. They came very ugly, but they're very beautiful. Something have changed within them. When Christ enters you and his glory within reflects on your face, it changes how you look.
Wow.
You get my point?
Yeah, yes.
So the story you create around you is actually what defines people's view of who you are. Because they say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, so it means the beholder have gotten a good story about you, and that story forms the beauty he has. You get my point? Of you. So that is very important. Now let me come to.
Before you go into that point, because I know raised the way we were taught, you know, God made you beautifully and wonderfully. There is nobody that's ugly. And now here we are hearing there's something like you can actually be ugly. And many people are like, no, as a Christian, nobody is ugly, everybody is beautiful. Is this philosophy a proper one or a misguided one or what?
You see, sometimes we make statements that I will call it miserable comforting. We try to comfort ourselves in our miseries and make things just to become comfortable, but they are not true. They are not. Because every born-again child of God is beautiful in spirit.
Okay.
In spirit.
Yes.
Because Jesus has washed you and returned you back to your former life. We are looking at, I'm talking about facial beauty, face.
Yes.
There's some people that the face is crazy. If you look at their face and you go and sleep, you have a nightmare. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Some don't even take off their skin. The skin looks so dirty. If all men are like me, I cannot have a woman whose skin is, even though God tell me, I say, wake up my son. I say, Father, I'm not waking up. Because this person's skin is not good. Go and tell the person to put the skin in order. So we need to know that we need to put our skins. God bless you, money, buy some good creams. There's nothing wrong with makeups. Look very good. You get my point. Why some ladies are so blessed that they don't even need makeup? They are so beautiful. The skin is naturally and things like that. So why did God give it like that? It's great. And sometimes the looks of a person is created by the parent. It's not God. Before someone can start blaming God now. No, because sometimes the DNA You get my point?
Yeah.
So here is somebody that maybe God did not, I mean, your face is not good. So trust God to marry somebody that is handsome.
So you can give him back
so that the mixture. Sorry, please, people. No, these are facts of life. Don't forget about this. I'm not this. There's no spirit in this one.
Yeah.
This is natural.
Yes.
You get my point.
Yes.
We just have to. I remember one time there was in those days. I remember I had a meeting because when I wanted to get married, the first move I made to get married before I met my wife, the first move, there was a girl. I sat my because I told myself that we grew up together as a family, so my wife should not come and cause division. So before I talk to anybody about marriage, I'll talk to my family first. So I called my junior ones and my mom. We all sat down, we're deliberating, and I said, look at this person in the church. What do people think about him? Look at what my junior sister did. I think not the one that followed me, the one that followed that one. Her name is Blessing. She went into the room and brought a toothbrush. Do you know toothbrush? She brought it and kept it like this. And say, you, look at your height. You are not too tall. And this girl you are talking about, you are taller than her very well. If you give birth to children, they will look like this. The toothpaste. I can't forget that day. She did that. I said, "These are all your children will look like." Did that make him part of me? It did. But though I said, "What are you saying? Keep your mouth shut." I didn't want to be advancing me to my. Then inside the word entered. God, I said, "This girl is talking sense." So a short person, you go and look for a very tall person to marry, so your children can be balanced. Before you give birth to some children that your cups are taller than, and you don't start blaming the devil. You are the one that did not use your wisdom. That brings us to the issue of checklist. Yes. This part of the check, my friend. This part of the check. So you just look at it as I'm going to marry this, but we're going to give birth to children. How would they look? That's very important. How would they look? You can check. Do you know that in animal science there's crossbreeding? Yes. So if God gave man to do that on animals, why can't you apply the principle? Look at us as me, my skin is dark. Any kind of cream I use does not even brighten it up. Let me not marry a fellow dark man so I will not come and give birth to children that look like night.
But for black beauties, I'm sure they'll kind of appreciate you as well.
No, you see, I'm not trying to make people look sad.
No, definitely not.
There's beauty in black. Black is beauty. In fact, black is the source of all color.
Yes.
All colors. Yes. You get my point? But that does not mean I should make black generational colors. If God make me black, that is very beautiful. Yeah. So I should not go and say, now this black must continue. From generation to generation, we must be night. No! Even God will not do that. Finished. Okay. Even God will give you somebody that is not as black as you. So that you improve the color of the next generation. Okay. So the checklist is very important. The things you have listed that is very important. But the first thing to check before you see, there was a manuscript. I think I'll publish it soon. Yes. I have to involve traveling back to Nigeria, all of that stuff. So I wanted to teach women the things to know before saying yes to a man. That is. I listed in those days in Nigeria. I listed about 40 things. What? 40. 40. I listed 40 then. What? That a woman must know before saying yes. 40 things a woman must know before saying yes. Yes. Maybe what I will do if I travel, if I get those things, I may not put it in the book. I may just teach it. Yes. I don't know which one is the best form. Because you cannot enter into one book. Yeah. Wow. You must know before saying yes. You get my point? So to me, that question of checklist should fall into this. What must you know before you say yes? Yes, what must you know? You see, first of all, you must know about the man's family. Okay. You must know about the family. Yeah. Don't spiritualize everything. God is in heaven, you're on earth. We spiritualize everything. God has said God have said, so I don't care again.
Yeah.
If you check rudely, it wasn't God that said. It was their sexuality that said.
Okay.
Their desperation that said. You get my point? God have said, God have said. Now, even if God say, before you open your mouth to say yes to the man, go and check his family. Just tell the man, okay, I've heard. I'm processing. I'm processing.
Okay, yeah.
You now pick one of your friends. You may ask people from where he came from and go and do a research quietly without him knowing.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Yeah. No.
Because whatever is in the house, be it a habit, will transfer to your own house. Jacob, if you look at the life of Jacob, Rebecca, Laban, deceit was there.
Yes. Yes.
Do you know that in the family of Abraham there was no deceit?
Okay.
The root where Isaac came from, there was no deceit. Where Rebecca came from, there was deceit. If you read the life of Abraham, you can even tell his temperament. He was a gentleman.
Yes.
He was almost a gentleman that the woman can even push to sleep with the house help. I don't like some gentility anyway. That's why I'm not nice.
Yeah.
The man was too nice. He was so nice that he slept with the house help. If you are too nice, you live in sin. If you are too nice, you commit sin. If you are too nice, these days you are too nice. Okay, where is a lady coming? And begin to adjust your suit. After adjusting your suit, you relax. And you begin to caress you on the head. You relax. And you begin to romantically touch your body. And you are still nice. You say, no, I don't want to injure her emotions. Let her just fulfill whatever she wants to do. And just go. God knows I am holy. Let me know. You know, you have to treat women with care. Before you know, you sleep with her. If you don't remove your niceness, you get my point?
Yes.
You will end up in sin.
Yes.
That's why I say I'm not that nice. So Abraham was too nice that he slept with the house help.
So now, on that point, how can, before we continue with this, how can men, because right now many women are on the prowl for married men, women on the prowl basically. How can a man guard himself from this type of women? Like you, because I mean, like we've talked about, not everything is spiritual. A lot of them now come into the natural.
Well, before I go into how men guard themselves, let me finish this point because there's something I want to say which could lead to answer the second one.
Yes.
Now, she must check the family.
The family, yeah.
That's very important. So that whatever is in the house
does not flow.
Does not flow. So that will guide her in her decision.
Okay.
Because even if something is the will of God, there are two aspects you have to consider.
Okay.
You have to consider the supernatural and the natural.
Okay.
You have to be objective also, not just subjective.
Wow.
You get my point? Because being objective will help you to be prepared to do whatever needs to be done. You get my point?
Yes.
If God tell me to marry this person, before I talk to the person as a man, I'll first of all investigate the person's family. I should. For instance, depends on who you are as a man. For instance, you ask yourself, that's the way I think, I don't know about that. How will this man look like when she's old? Today she's looking very sparkling, very beautiful. What will happen when she becomes 70? Can I still love her? How will she look like? So the easiest way to know how she look like, go and look for her mother. If her mother is there, look for the grandmother. That's how to check.
Yes.
Before you finally come back and say, will you marry me? You have carried out. Jesus say, any man that wants to build a house will first of all sit down, count the cost before he builds. That is wisdom. You get my point?
Yes.
So the lady should go and check the route before saying yes. So you don't say yes and later change your mind. After you've discovered something, then they will not know you as inconsistent.
Okay.
Another thing you check the salvation.
Yes.
Have they met Christ? How many of them know the Lord?
Yeah.
Because if you marry somebody from a family that is not safe, you have 3 devils to confront. 1, your flesh. 2, the darkness in the family. 3, the devil himself. Whoa. So you have to check yourself. Okay. Am I ready to have in-laws that are not saved?
Okay.
People think that marriage is a boyfriend and girlfriend. No, it's a life. It's a new phase of life you are coming into. So you have to check all these things. You get my point? Now you also check the intelligence of the house. Many families are fools. There's no wisdom. The children cannot, if you like, teach them A, B, C, D for 20 years. They'll forget what is A. So you check this family, what's their level of intelligence?
Yeah.
If you don't check those things, you now bring a fool into your life. You give back to children that cannot pass examination. You now start blaming it to causes in the father's house. No, so it's genetic.
Okay.
Some people are not good with academics.
Yes.
But they are good in skills.
Yes, true. Very true.
You get my point?
Yes,
They are good in skills.
Yeah.
So you check all these things. Like I said, there are 40 things you need to know before you say yes. So these are the things you check. You get my point? Until you do your thorough checking and come into conclusions, please don't commit yourself. Don't look after you have leaped. Leap after you have looked. Look very well.
Yeah. And then you leap.
Before you leap. Don't leap, then you look.
Yeah. Got it.
Because you're already in the air, you can no longer change. You will fall into whatever. Let's assume the place looks like a swimming pool, but it's not.
And you land.
And you now say, and you now jump.
Yeah.
But then you now realize there's not a swimming pool, you will follow there. That's how it is. It looks like a marriage, but it's not going to be a marriage.
Yes, true.
Study everything. And let God help you. So back to this one of men guarding themselves. The best way for a man to guard himself, if he's single, follow the way of David. After David had the issue with Bathsheba, what did he say? He said in Psalm 110, I will hide your word in my heart so I may not sin against you.
Okay.
You get my point?
Yes.
You must hide the word of the Lord in your heart.
Yeah.
The easiest way to guard yourself against this kind of things, get the word of God, get truth in your spirit. Once there is truth in your spirit, you will not sin against God.
Oh, okay.
That is the truth.
Wow. Okay. Excellent. So now in the aspect of, because in our Christian circles, as I would call them, we know that the thing that we push for most is that I've heard from God about this union. So who should hear from God and then go and tell the other that I've heard from God? Is it the woman or the man?
The first person to hear from God is the man.
Okay.
It is out of order for a woman to hear from God and go and tell the man.
Okay.
In God's plan, is the man that is marrying you. You're not the one marrying the man.
That's true.
If you go to the supermarket,
yes,
Ugali is not the one buying you. You're the one buying Ugali.
Yes.
You get my point?
Yeah.
You're the one buying the car. The car is not the one buying you. That's the way God created life to be. You cannot change it. A woman could say, Takim is now saying we are property. You are not property. I'm just using that as just to show you.
As an analogy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because no woman marries. It's a man that marries a woman. So as a result, the person that should hear the voice of God is the man. The house should not tell me to come and buy it.
True.
I should be the one telling the house, I want to buy it.
Yes.
Now, if the man has heard the voice of God, the job of the woman is to check the authenticity of the voice by taking to God in prayer. This person have said this, Lord, what do you say? Simple. Wait until you speak. If the man is pushing you, please don't. He didn't hear from God. Because God is not in a hurry.
Okay. God is not in a hurry.
God can never be in a hurry because he lives in eternity, not in time. To God, all is finished. It's a man that lives in time that will tell you, time is going. To God, time does not go. He lives in eternity. Time is going. When the Bible says God will do a quick walk.
Yeah.
It didn't say he will do a walk in a hurry. A quick walk is different from a walk in a hurry. A quick walk is a walk that does not go beyond the time frame that the Lord allocated for it. That's a quick walk.
Okay.
There is a time frame God allocates to us when he gives us his voice. He gives us a time frame to synchronize with his voice. So when God speaks to me, if it's really God, I will allow the woman to take her time. But if I am pushing, my sexuality is pushing me. I'm a man. I'm talking the way women think.
Yes.
If you see a man pushing you, he wants to sleep with you. just, the thing is hot, his body is hot. Just say, how do I quench this fire? So the best is, since we're in church, we cannot do it before marriage. So the apostle have said, you have to be premarital sex. There's a sin against. Okay, now, well. Yes, God have said that we have to, God has spoken to me already. So I'm the one that should hear from God. You don't need to hear. You just say yes. Let's go and see your parents. It's a lie. Something is pushing him.
You don't need to hear.
You don't need to hear. I've already heard. You don't need to hear. It's a lie. You need to hear. You know why? Yeah. The essence of hearing from God before marriage is because the voice you hear from God before marriage is a weapon of war after marriage. It will be a weapon of war after marriage. Yeah. God is arming you with the tool to use to deal with the devils that will come, because every marriage will be tested. But only those that are in God's will stand. The same challenge. Okay. The same challenge. Yes. Every marriages go through the same challenge. But only those that are God's will stand the test of time. Okay. So you are, if you say because it's God's will there will be no warfare, you are lying. In fact, there will be warfare because it is God's will. So, but the tool that God gave you, which is His will, that voice becomes a weapon of war for you that you use in marriage to keep your marriage the way God wants it to be. Father, you said this to me. Father, you said this. Okay, here is a woman that didn't hear from God and now marries the man. And the man come under attack. The man is dying in the hospital. And you need to pray. She'll be panicking and running to the pastor. That's true. But let's say you have the tool. Right there in that hospital bed, you kneel down. Because you have to pretend madness in presence of the nurses and say, nurse, please, I want to pray. You cannot pray. No, my husband is dying. I want to pray here. You now need that. Oh God, you said this to me so day. When he came to me, he said, you want to marry me? I came to you and you told me this. Will you give me a husband and you want to kill? You can't do that, Lord. Wow. Therefore, send life. You will see how God will deploy angels immediately, and that man will come back to life. I have seen men who rescued their wife through that. I shared a story one day through that. Yeah. I've also seen women who rescued their husbands on their knees through that. So that voice, that initial voice you must hear is critical. The woman should not hear and come and tell you. There are some female I found that men, with the women were the one that claimed they heard from God and they married them. And the fools agree. Those are pseudo men. They are a disgrace to us. You hear my point? Why did God say the man should hear? Because while God is talking to the man about the marriage, He's releasing the scepter. Every husband has a scepter in the realm of the spirit. Yes, okay. Should have. Not everyone that has, but they should have. That's the scepter you use to protect your family from demonic attacks. Wow. So when God is telling you, remember, He's laying a foundation for a family. And foundations in the kingdom of God are laid with the voice of God. So when God gives you that voice and says that is your wife, the foundation for a lineage has begun. Wow. Okay. Even children to the next generation will be rooted, will dwell on that very voice God is talking to you about. So when God speaks to you that thing, you now go to speak to the woman. The woman must go and also hear from God. So that in the day of adversity, she will not say, my husband said. Let me tell you something about the voice of God. If the voice of God does not come to you directly, in the day of war, you cannot use it in battle. If I am the one that I heard and I tell you, you cannot use it in battle. That's why me personally, I don't seek the will of God for people in a marriage. I teach them how to hear God. And I tell them, go and hear Him. Even if God tells me this is a husband and wife, I won't tell you. Because if I tell you, it's going to be second-hand revelation. Yes. It's going to be flesh and blood revelation. Yeah. It's going to be Takim talking to you, not the Holy Spirit. So in the day of war, you will forget all I said. In fact, you will blame me. You say, it's not for the pastor that said this, I will not have married you. You get my point? Yes. Look at Adam. When Eve brought the problem, who did Adam turn to? Animals? No. He turned to God. Yes. You're the woman you gave me. Any man that does not have that statement, the woman you gave me, every attack will bring your marriage down. So the attack did not bring the marriage down. Rather, God said, okay, I gave you the woman. Let me now solve the problem. And God came to solve the problem because He gave the woman. Yes. Adam was not to be blamed. He gave the woman and God solved the problem. You get my point? So we must understand the concept of hearing from God before saying yes to a man. When a man approaches you in marriage, please hear from God before you say yes. Again, don't ever see any stupid vision and go and tell a man that God revealed to me that you are my husband. You are very, some of these ladies that are doing this, they are very lucky. Let's say I'm single. Come and meet me and say, God revealed to me. Let's say I'm not safe. Let me not say what I would do. There was an apostle was wicked. Apostle was wicked before he gave his life to Christ. Let me not say what I would do. But God knows that what will come out of that thing will be terrible. because you'll be I will show you that you're a disgrace to womanhood. You get my point? I will show you that you're a disgrace to womanhood. If you open your mouth and do such things. You get my point? So women, that alone make you lose your dignity. I hear this. Women who get married that way will end up becoming witches in the marriage. Seriously? They'll be using charismatic witchcraft to control the man. Wow. There are men that their wives control with God say, God say. Wow. God say, God say. Oh, yes, because the man does not hear. So God say, God say. And the man become a zombie. God say we should go. You go, you enter the car. While you're standing in the car, God say we should go and sleep. Okay, you now come out from the car. While you enter the bed, God say we should not sleep again, we should pray. You now kneel down. While you are praying, God say we should not pray, we should read the Bible. You get my point? There are men that are in such cages and they call marriage. You are under the grip of the spirit of divination. Because it's the spirit of divination that operates that way. So any man that a woman comes to tell her and say, God say you are my husband, and you marry her, you're a fool. You're a big fool. You are the one that God should talk to, not the woman. So tell the woman to shut up. In fact, she's not even your wife. If she's your wife, she should not behave like that. Your real wife, God will talk to her about her. He will not talk to her about you.
It'll never be the other way around.
It will never be the other way around. It will never. Let me tell you something. If God is at all, it's not even God. When you become prophetically mature as a woman, you can see your future and see how your husband will look.
Seriously.
But that does not mean you should go and talk to him in case he comes. No. You have to talk.
Wow.
You know, because God has already revealed to you before. So you don't need to go and pray again because he has spoken.
Wow.
So, but there are some women that they will claim God said to them. And they'll go and start talking to the man. That's crazy.
Okay. And on that very, very strong point, beloved viewers, unfortunately, this amazing session has come to an end. But thank you so much for staying tuned with us. I hope that you've grasped a lot of information and revelation that you can apply into your life. So with this, Apostle, would you have any parting words for our singles and for those that have been listening to us?
Yes, what I want to say this evening is that the Bible says we should be doers of the word and not hearers only. If we hear, we don't do, we deceive ourselves. And the best form of deceit is self-deception. So you take this truth, go and apply them. And I know I always come here to this station every time like this. I will always be here by God's grace to speak the things that God have laid in my heart for you. God bless you until I see you next time.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much for staying tuned with us. Join us again every 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on the Morning Cloud Television for the Bible class. I'm still your host, Nina Karanja, and with me always will be Apostle Takim. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
The Morning Cloud Television. The nation's our mandate. Making the much needed difference in a terminal generation.